NFPA 70E Electrical Safety in the Workplace necessitates the labeling of electrical equipment. This labeling should identify hazards, voltages, and other relevant information. OSHA 29 CFR 1910.144, the safety standard for electrical equipment, requires that electrical equipment be labeled to indicate its voltage or current rating. The OSHA standard also mandates that electrical equipment be identified to prevent accidental contact or approach. The National Electrical Code, NEC, specifically 110.21b, requires that any individual exposed energized conductor inside an enclosure be identified. There are several benefits to labeling electrical equipment. Firstly, labeling improves safety by providing clear warnings and hazard identification. Secondly, proper labeling reduces the risk of electrical accidents and injuries. Thirdly, labeling facilitates troubleshooting and maintenance by identifying equipment and voltage levels. Fourthly, labeling ensures compliance with both OSHA and NFPA requirements. Cost considerations are also important. Labeling costs are relatively minimal compared to the potential costs of electrical accidents and non-compliance. Proper labeling can reduce insurance premiums and prevent costly litigation. When presenting arguments for labeling, several points should be emphasized. Firstly, highlight the legal requirements for labeling electrical equipment. Secondly, explain the safety benefits of improved hazard identification and reduced risk of accidents. Thirdly, demonstrate the potential cost savings associated with preventing electrical incidents and litigation. Fourthly, suggest a phased approach to labeling, starting with critical equipment to minimize upfront costs. Fifthly, seek support from other departments or stakeholders who prioritize safety and compliance. Additional resources that can be consulted include the OSHA Electrical Safety Reference Guide, NFPA 70E Electrical Safety in the Workplace, and the National Electrical Code, NEC. The purpose of labeling electrical panels is multifaceted, aimed at enhancing safety, ensuring regulatory compliance, and streamlining maintenance procedures. The specific information to include on electrical panel labels, as well as the regulations that govern these practices, are detailed below. Firstly, regarding voltage information, labels must clearly indicate the operating voltage of the equipment. For example, labels should state 480 volts, 480/277 volts, 208 volts, or 120 volts, depending on the system. Secondly, the available fault current is another important label. This specifies the maximum short-circuit current the equipment can withstand. This information is critical for selecting appropriate protective devices. Thirdly, the warning signs need to be clear. Use standard warning symbols and text, such as danger, high voltage, or caution, electrical hazard. These warnings should be prominently displayed to alert personnel to potential dangers. Fourthly, equipment identification is important. Each panel or piece of equipment should have a unique identifier, like L1, N2, or Panel A. This helps in locating and referencing specific equipment in documentation and during maintenance. Fifthly, the source of power should be labeled. If the equipment receives power from multiple sources, each source should be clearly identified. This is crucial to prevent accidental energization during maintenance or repairs. Sixthly, the arc flash hazard information must be on the label. Include the arc flash boundary, incident energy, and required personal protective equipment (PPE). This information is derived from an arc flash hazard analysis. NEC 110.16, OSHA 29, CFR 1910.303, and NFPA 70E provide the regulatory framework for electrical panel labeling. NEC 110.16 focuses on arc flash hazard warnings. It requires that electrical equipment likely to require examination, adjustment, servicing, or maintenance while energized be field marked with a warning label. This label must provide sufficient information to allow workers to select appropriate PPE. OSHA 29 CFR 1910.303 addresses the general requirements for electrical equipment. It mandates that electrical equipment be free from hazards and be suitable for the environment in which it is used. Subpart S of OSHA 29 CFR 1910 contains detailed requirements for electrical safety in the workplace. NFPA 70E provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical safety in the workplace. It covers hazard identification, risk assessment, and control methods. It emphasizes the importance of labeling electrical equipment to alert employees to potential hazards. The benefits of proper electrical panel labeling are numerous. Firstly, enhanced safety is realized. Clear and visible labels reduce the risk of electrical accidents by alerting personnel to potential hazards. Secondly, there is regulatory compliance. Meeting the labeling requirements of NEC, OSHA, and NFPA ensures compliance with legal standards, avoiding potential fines and penalties. Thirdly, improved efficiency happens. Properly labeled equipment facilitates quicker and more accurate troubleshooting and maintenance, reducing downtime. Fourthly, there is better communication. Labels provide essential information to all personnel, ensuring everyone is aware of the equipment's characteristics and potential hazards. Fifthly, risk mitigation is achieved. Accurate labeling helps in selecting appropriate PPE and implementing necessary safety precautions, reducing the severity of potential incidents. The steps to implement a labeling system are as follows. Firstly, there is a hazard assessment that needs to be done. Conduct a thorough assessment of all electrical equipment to identify potential hazards, including voltage levels, fault currents, and arc flash risks. Secondly, perform an arc flash analysis. Conduct an arc flash study to determine the arc flash boundary, incident energy, and required PPE for each piece of equipment. Software like SKM Power Tools, Easy Power, or ETAP can be used for this analysis. Thirdly, choose appropriate labels. Select durable, weather-resistant labels that are suitable for the environment. Use labels that comply with ANSI standards for color and symbol recognition. Fourthly, create the labels. Design labels that include all necessary information, such as voltage, equipment ID, warnings, and arc flash data. Use label printing software to ensure accuracy and consistency. Fifthly, apply the labels. Affix labels to all electrical panels and equipment in a visible and accessible location. Ensure the labels are securely attached and will not easily peel off. Sixthly, training should be provided. Train employees on the meaning of the labels and the importance of following safety precautions. Conduct regular refresher training to reinforce understanding and compliance. Seventhly, maintain the labels. Regularly inspect labels to ensure they are legible and in good condition. Replace any damaged or missing labels promptly. Several types of labels are available. Firstly, engraved labels are a good choice. These are durable and suitable for harsh environments. They are typically made of plastic or metal and can be custom engraved with the necessary information. Secondly, printed labels are good. These are cost-effective and can be easily customized. They are typically made of vinyl or polyester and can be printed with high-resolution graphics and text. Thirdly, thermal transfer labels are another type. These provide excellent durability and resistance to chemicals and abrasion. They are ideal for applications where labels need to withstand harsh conditions. Fourthly, self-laminating labels are available. These have a clear protective layer that protects the printed information from moisture, chemicals, and UV exposure. They are suitable for both indoor and outdoor applications. When assessing the costs associated with labeling, several components exist. Firstly, there are the label materials. The cost of labels varies depending on the material, size, and quantity. Durable, high-quality labels may cost more upfront but offer long-term value. Secondly, printing equipment costs should be considered. If labels are printed in-house, the cost of the label printer, ink, and software should be considered. Outsourcing label printing may be more cost-effective for small quantities. Thirdly, labor costs come into play. The labor cost of conducting hazard assessments, performing arc flash analysis, creating labels, and applying them to equipment needs to be considered. Training costs are also a component. The cost of training employees on the meaning of labels and safety procedures should be factored in. The benefits of investing in electrical panel labeling extend beyond mere compliance. Improved safety, reduced downtime, and enhanced operational efficiency contribute to a safer and more productive work environment. Failure to comply with labeling requirements can result in significant penalties and fines. OSHA can issue citations for violations of its electrical safety standards, including those related to labeling. These citations can range from a few $1,000s to hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on the severity and frequency of the violations. Furthermore, non-compliance can lead to increased insurance premiums. Insurance companies may increase premiums for businesses that do not adequately address electrical safety hazards. In the event of an electrical incident, the lack of proper labeling can increase liability. Businesses may be held liable for injuries or damages resulting from accidents caused by improperly labeled equipment. Labeling electrical panels should be integrated into a comprehensive safety program. This includes regular inspections, maintenance, and training. Document all labeling activities, including hazard assessments, arc flash studies, label creation, and employee training. This documentation can be used to demonstrate compliance with regulatory requirements and to track the effectiveness of the labeling program. Regular inspections of electrical panels should include verification that labels are present, legible, and accurate. Any damaged or missing labels should be replaced promptly. Maintenance procedures should include verifying that labels are updated whenever changes are made to the electrical system. This ensures that labels accurately reflect the current configuration of the equipment. Employee training should cover the importance of labels, the meaning of different symbols and warnings, and the procedures to follow when working with electrical equipment. Training should be conducted regularly and documented to ensure that all employees are aware of the hazards and precautions associated with electrical work. The process of conducting an arc flash analysis involves several steps. Firstly, data collection is important. Gather information about the electrical system, including voltage levels, conductor sizes, protective device settings, and equipment ratings. Secondly, modeling needs to be done. Create a model of the electrical system using specialized software, such as SKM Power Tools, Easy Power, or ETAP. Thirdly, calculation is important. Perform arc flash calculations to determine the incident energy, arc flash boundary, and required PP for each piece of equipment. Fourthly, label creation happens. Create labels that include the arc flash boundary, incident energy, and required PP. Fifthly, label application is important. Apply labels to all electrical panels and equipment in visible and accessible locations. When creating labels, it is important to use clear and concise language. Avoid jargon and technical terms that may not be understood by all employees. Use standard warning symbols and colors to ensure that labels are easily recognizable. Ensure that labels are durable and resistant to moisture, chemicals, and UV exposure. The labeling of electrical panels is not a one-time task. It is an ongoing process that requires regular attention and maintenance. By investing in proper labeling, businesses can create a safer work environment, comply with regulatory requirements, and reduce the risk of electrical accidents.